A lot of times you would anticipate that a company would say, hey, these were some rogue actors who were doing this. In this case, you lay out in the complaint that this went straight to the top, to CZ himself. You have commentary or an exchange from one VIP team member who was trying to court some of these U.S. market players saying, hi, CZ, I went through a list of affected API clients. It includes a number of large strategic accounts, including, redacted here, a Chicago headquartered trading firm who is currently a top 5 client and 12% of our volume. Zhao's response to that is give them a heads up to ensure they don't connect from a U.S. IP, don't leave anything in writing. They have non-U.S. entities. Let's also make sure we don't hit the biggest market makers with that email first. Do you have Signal, which is a way of privately transacting messages back and forth that you can't track? If that's the case, if this went straight to the top, what would an appropriate punishment be?
Well, as you know, we're a civil enforcement agency, and I think to your point, and something that has been pretty well known in the crypto circles now is that, and I've said this in my statement yesterday, not having a headquarters, not having a location is not going to prevent the CFTC from coming after you. And in this particular case, as I said before, there was a clear evasion. And when we looked at the entities, it is a common enterprise, dozens and dozens of entities scattered across the globe with control persons up to Mr. Zhao. And when you have that situation where you have a control person of a common enterprise, I think there's clear potential liability that we saw. And as you pointed out, clear documentation of an intent to evade law with a very clear, direct method of saying, this is what we need to do to evade U.S. law so that we can have access to the market. So we feel pretty confident in this case. Obviously, something that we care about deeply and that we've been on top of for several years in this crypto space. I've been on the show with you talking about a lack of authority for the CFTC in the commodity crypto space, and I think this just demonstrates the need for clear rules, but also authority so that we can avoid situations like this and make sure that we're creating transparent markets so that U.S. customers are not subject to fraud or manipulation.